welcome to Web Sports Machine. I'm your announcer, Adam Brown, and alongside me in the booth tonight, Michael Beach. Well, Mike, the regular season has finally come to an end, and it is now time to win or go home in tonight's Sectional 13 matchup between the visiting Delta Eagles and the home Frankfort Hot Dogs.
Let's take a look at the Eagles. Delta finished the regular season with a record of 5-3, with losses to Fort Wayne Carroll, Pendleton Heights, and Mount Vernon. In those losses, Delta turned the ball over 13 times. So tonight, if they can hold on to the ball, they stand a really good chance of winning.
Leading the high-powered offense is going to be Joe Spiegel, Mason Bechtold, and quarterback Cade Jones, all three sophomores. We'll get to Joe Spiegel later on in the pregame, but those three guys have accumulated 2,300 total yards on the season, and that is 84% of Delta's total offense. On the defensive side of the ball, they're led by senior Austin Conway and juniors Clay Fullenkamp and Alex Fawadavai. Austin Conway led the Hoosier Heritage Conference in sacks this year. He had 10. Last year he had 7. He had 2 last year against Frankfort, so Frankfort's seen a lot of Austin Conway in the backfield. Clay Fullenkamp's the leading tackler on the season, and Alex Fawadavai already has 5 interceptions this year. He had 3 last year. He's going to be doing wide receiver, kick return, punt return, so we'll see his name all over the field tonight. And on the other side of the field, we'll see the Frankfort Hot Dogs, who are led by Coach Tom Potts, who is really just trying to turn this program around. Last year, they did not get a win. They finished the regular season 0-9, went into tournament play and had to play the same team they're playing tonight, Delta. They ended up losing 62-0, and that game was absolutely brutal to watch. Delta just kind of manhandled Frankfort, and hopefully we can see a much better matchup tonight, and hopefully they made some changes from last year. That way they actually can come in and kind of put some points on the board this season.
Leading Frankfort's offense will be junior Isaac Rudd and sophomore James Brandenburg. Rudd on the season has thrown for over 1,000 yards and completed exactly 50% of his passes. He's thrown 8 interceptions, so it's going to be tough for him to find an open man against this very, very aggressive Eagle secondary. On the ground, James Brandenburg is the team's leading rusher with 488 yards on the year, along with 3 touchdowns. Their offense isn't as explosive as Delta's, but if Delta's defense doesn't show up, they might have a really good chance.
You know, Mike, that will bring us to the Beach Media player to watch tonight. That's going to be Joe Spiegel. We mentioned his name earlier in the pregame, said we'd be getting back to him. Last year, in 2011, he had 287 yards rushing on only 52 carries. That equals out to about 5.5 yards per carry. He had 41 yards per game and 3 touchdowns on the year. He only got to play in about 7 regular season games. But this year, he is really putting on a show. Has over 1,000 yards rushing. That's 1,182 to be exact. On 169 attempts, that equals out to 7 yards per carry, which is an amazing stat right there. Along with this one, 131 yards per game, 11 touchdowns. And, I mean, this kid is just an absolute phenom. He's 5'10", 175. In 8th grade, he was bench pressing over 300 pounds. Last week at Delta High School, he broke the squat record. He squatted 600 pounds. And that is just amazing from a 5'10", 175 sophomore. He runs a low 4.5 40-yard dash time. And like I said, he's just an absolute phenom. He's been making huge plays all year. He really has breakaway speed. And I expect him to come into tonight's ball game and do exactly what he's done all season, and that is just run all over teams' defenses. And, Mike, I'm excited for this game. IHSA playoffs, it's always huge here in Indiana. And that will do it for our pregame show. Make sure you stay tuned for tonight's game, and we'll be right back with the kickoff shortly. You are watching Web Sports Machine.
Hi, this is Marcella with Carpets Plus Color Tile. At Carpets Plus Color Tile, we don't sell paint or lumber, we sell flooring. We have the largest showroom in East Central Indiana, full of top name brands of carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic tile, laminate, and area rugs. So before you go to the big box store, stop by Carpets Plus Color Tile for the best service, prices, and selection in the area. That's Carpets Plus Color Tile across from the Muncie Mall on Broadway.
And welcome to Web Sports Machine. Right now we're live at Frankfort High School in Frankfort, Indiana, bringing you this matchup of the Sectional 13 IHSAA playoffs. And this tonight's game is going to be between the Delta Eagles and the home Frankfort Hot Dogs. You know, Mike, like we talked about in the pregame, it should be a great matchup. Players to watch is going to be Joe Spiegel. And I tell you what, this kid is, like we said, put up some great stats all season. and I'm expecting nothing less than an absolute almost perfect game for him tonight. The weather's trying to cooperate with us. There is about a 60% chance of rain tonight. Delta's had a hard time trying to do anything with the ball when the weather has not cooperated with them. In those 3 losses they had, like we said earlier, they did turn the ball over quite a few times. One game they had 8 fumbles. So I think if they can hold on to the ball, they should be able to come away with a victory tonight. But the Hot Dogs are going to come out here with their all and try and make this a more of a competitive game than last year. It looks like Frankfort has won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So back to return for Zelda will be number 20, Joe Spiegel, and number 1, Alex Fawadavai. And set to kick off for the Hot Dogs will be Evan Giebel. He's a junior, 5'8", 160. And I tell you what, I saw this guy during the pregame, and he was kicking 45 to 50-yard field goals like it was just a chip shot. Like I said, number 20, Joe Spiegel, and Alex Fawadavai set back to return.
Sectional 13, Class 4A action is about ready to get underway here. As people get set, approaches it, and we're about ready to roll. Kicks this one down.
It's away, and it's a beauty, going to be returned by Fawadavai.
10, 15, 20. Still going. 25.
Breaks this one away. Try getting to the outside, but he's brought down at the 38-yard line. So the Eagles will take over with pretty good field position. Let's see what this sophomore-led offense can do tonight on the field. It'll be Cade Jones back there under center. Delta using the I formation on the first play. Handoff to Spiegel. Almost no gain on the play. In last week's game against Shelbyville for the Eagles, Joe Spiegel had 17 carries, 147 yards on the ground.
Second and 10, and a delayed drive here to Spiegel. And he gets across the 40, then falls forward.
Spiegel picks up a few yards on second down. So now third and about 6 yards to go to move the chains. Ball spotted on the 43-yard line just inside the first quarter. So Rob Fox bringing the play out into the huddle for the Eagles. If Frankfort could get a stop on this play, get a lot of momentum to start out the first quarter. Because last year they got beat 62-0. But Dishman's going to pick up the first down. He's brought down around the 45. So that'll give him a new set of downs. So first and 10 with the count. That will bring up second down and about 9 yards to go. Rain starting to come down with about 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hand off to Spiegel outside to the right. Picks up about 5 on second down. So third and 3. Ball spotted around the 39-yard line.
Third and 3. Ball on the 39-yard line of Frankfort. call it 3rd and 3 from the 39-yard line. Delta has not, this will be play number 6. They've been on the ground every play here so far. As Jones brings him up, he's got Spiegel in the backfield. And again, straight ahead handoff.
Spiegel up the middle. He's brought down. Looks about a foot past the first down marker.
By number 20, Joe Spiegel.
First down, Eagles. It's first down.
Stop made by number 3, Drew Snyder. Yardage good for the first down. First and 10 for Delta. Ball on the 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 35. 3 minutes into the first quarter of play here at Frankfort High School. Eagles have yet to attempt to pass. Bechtel tried cutting it upfield, but he's brought down about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage.
Mason Bechtel. Stop made by number 28, Ralph Myers. No gain on the play. Second. Down for Delta. Ball spotted around the 35-yard line.
So 2nd and 11 from the 35. And we got a timeout with 8 minutes left in the first quarter. 2nd and 11 on the 35. Coach DeGun is going to try and talk this one over, try and get something going on the offensive side of things. They've already had 7 plays this drive. It started out at the 38. It's on the opposite 36 now.
Farmers Insurance is a proud sponsor of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. See how your knowledge of local farmers agents can save you money. Call 8.
By Montana Breeze with 7:13 left in the first. Score stands at 6-0 after the Joe Spiegel 36-yard touchdown run. Instead of taking it at the 35, Frankfort's going to opt to have Delta re-kick. On that first drive by the Eagles, took 9 plays, 61 yards. Spiegel had 46 of them on 6 carries. So once again, Montana Breeze will be back to kick off. And back to return for the Hot Dogs is Nate Wisman and number 5, Luis Medina. So they will take the return to about the 39-yard line. Let's see what this Hot Dog offense can come out and do against this very aggressive Delta defense. Under center tonight's going to be Isaac Rudd. He's a 6'3", 185 junior. And back in the backfield will be James Brandenburg.
Toss play goes to Medina, and he's stacked up behind the line of scrimmage back at about the 37-yard line. And on the tackle,
Run by number 5, Luis Medina.
That was Luis Medina on the carry. Loss of about 2 on the play. So now 2nd and 12 from the 37 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Brandenburg picks up about 4 or 5 yards on 2nd down. So now 3rd and 8 from the 42.
Ball is spotted on the Frankfort
On typical passing situations, watch out for Austin Conway at defensive end. He had 10 sacks on the season.
Rudd back to throw, rolling right. Under a little pressure, throws it out.
And Alex Fawadavai picks this one off, going the other way. And he's brought down at the 43-yard line. That is his 6th INT of the season. He had 2 last week. Both of those were returned for 40-plus yards. This one's returned for about 7. As they will take over at around the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5:46 left in the first quarter.
1st and 10 for Delta, 45 of Frankfort, leading 6-0 and looking to get more here. Jones under center, inside handoff to Bechtold.
So Bechtold's going to get the handoff on the counter, pick up about 10 yards on 1st down.
Right at the marker, let's see where they spot this one at.
Run by number 43, Mason Bechtold.
So that will move the chains and give him another set of downs.
Yardage good for the 1st down. 1st and 10 for Delta. Ball is spotted.
So now 1st and 10 from the 35. Ryan Bickford split out right. Alex Fawadavai to the left.
Here is wide to the right. Motion man Spiegel, he gets the handoff.
That's Bryce Dishman with the carry, and he's brought down around the line of scrimmage.
Run by number 29, Bryce Dishman. Brought down by number 28, Rouse Meyer.
So a gain of about 2 on the play. We'll make it 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. Ball spotted on the 33.
Better job that time of at least stringing the play out and waiting for help to limit the gain to just 2. Frankfort going to have to do a better job of staying in their lane, staying disciplined on defense, and then making that tackle.
Jones brings him up, 2nd down and 8. Receivers right and left, slot guy on the left. Inside handoff.
Better.
Handoff again to Dishman.
Get back in Dishman again.
Run by number 29, Bryce Dishman.
Same as last time, picks up about 2 yards on the carry. So that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Last time the Eagles had it on 3rd and 7, they took it all the way to the house on a 36-yard run by Joe Spiegel.
But as we discussed before, this is more
That was Spiegel's 12th touchdown on the season.
I would say that's probably a 4-down territory for them.
Oh, I would imagine good for it. Of course, last time they just ain't raised any question about it and ran for 35 yards and a touchdown.
Rob Fox is wide left, Ryan Bickford wide right. 3rd and 7. Motion man, that's Bechtold.
And Cade Jones draws him off sides. He's done that numerous times this season, and in the Zagunda area, he does that about 3 or 4 times a game, and it always seems to work. Going to push him forward another 5 yards, make it 3rd and short.
5-yard penalty. 3rd and 2.
Eagles are in 4-down territory, too close to punt, too far to kick.
Tabe in the game for Deltas. He goes wide left. I'll get him on the bench. Jones under center in the high backfield this time. 2nd back through, that Spiegel.
So Joe Spiegel breaks away, and that is one of the best runs we have seen from him this season. Looked like he was stopped about a yard past the line of scrimmage, broke away, picks up about 20 yards.
1st and goal for Delta. Ball spotted on the Frankfort 3.
Pretty much at the line, he ran over one fella. And another missed tackle.
It's now 1st and goal from the 4.
Spiegel takes it all the way down inside the 5-yard line.
Put the ball on the 4-yard line, make it 1st and goal.
3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Fox goes left. Waterway is on here to the right. I got you.
Got an official's timeout. One of the defensive backs for Frankfort has to tie his shoe down on the field. While we have the break, we'll tell you what the stats are so far. Joe Spiegel has 7 carries for 68 yards. Mason Bechtold 3 for 10. And James Brandenburg has 1 carry for 4 yards. This time Spiegel was brought down hard in the backfield. Looked like it was Drew Snyder on the tackle.
By number 20, Joe Spiegel. Brought down by number 30, Drew Snyder. Also 2 on the play.
So 1st and 4 goes to 2nd and 6.
And goal. Ball spotted.
As Delta's already up by 1 possession, it's a 6-0 ball game.
Bring up 2nd down at 6.
2nd and goal for the 6 for Delta. Jones, motion man, that is Dishman inside handoff.
Blow the whistle dead. He was stopped around the 7-yard line. He kept trying to fight like he should. Let him keep playing. Forward progression is going to leave him at around the 7-yard line. And we have a timeout down on the field with 2:33 left in the first. And we will be right back with more action. You are watching Web Sports Machine.
The Barn Lot is your shed and carport headquarters. The Barn Lot offers sheds, barns, cabins, and carports. They offer rent-to-own, no credit check, and free delivery. The Barn Lot is located on Meeker Road at the 67 Bypass in Muncie. Call the Barn Lot today at 813-245-0476.
And welcome back to Web Sports Machine. Both teams still in a timeout. 2:33 left in the first quarter. It's a 6-0 ball game. It's 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. The only scoring play was a 36-yard touchdown run by number 20, Joe Spiegel. That touchdown puts him at 12 on the season here in the first round of sectional play at Frankfort High School. The Eagles have yet to attempt to pass on the night. Going to keep it to Spiegel, and he's brought down on the 5-yard line. The Eagles have attempted 2 field goals this season. One of them was made from 36 yards. The other one was pretty much just a chip shot, but John Kern missed it. Right now, 4th and 5, goal to go. And Coach Seguin is going to leave the offense out there and try and make this one a 2-possession ball game.
4th and goal for the Eagles from the hot dog 5-yard line. Jones brings him up. Inside hand.
Going to stick with the counter, and they bring him down in the backfield. That's Ralph Myers on the stop. He stands at 6'3", 220 pounds. He's getting in the backfield to make the stop for the Hot Dogs. So a chance to build off of some momentum. Frankfort lost the last 5 games of the regular season. Already going with a no huddle, actually a very fast offense. They're going to bring him down right around the line of scrimmage, bring up 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Talk a lot about before the game. 2nd and 10 before Frankfort ball spotted on the Frankfort 7.
So 2nd and 10 from the Hot Dogs 7-yard line. 1:12 left in the first quarter of play. Try getting to the outside, but Fuadavai makes the tackle. So gain of about 4 on the play. We'll bring up 3rd and about 6. So 3rd and about 6 with 37 seconds to go in the first quarter. Penalty marker is down. Going to be a false start, so make it 3rd and about 11. So now 3rd and 11 with less than 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Going to keep it on the ground, and Austin Conway brings them down in the backfield. So the Hot Dogs are deep in their own territory, and that'll bring up fourth down with 10.5 left in the first. And we got a timeout by Frankfort. And we will be right back with more action. You are watching Web Sports Machine.
Hi, this is Marcella with Carpets Plus Color Tile. At Carpets Plus Color Tile, we don't sell paint or lumber, we sell flooring. We have the largest showroom in East Central Indiana, full of top name brands of carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic tile, laminate, and area rugs. So before you go to the big box store, stop by Carpets Plus Color Tile for the best service, prices, and selection in the area. That's Carpets Plus Color Tile across from the Muncie Mall on Broadway.
And welcome back to Web Sports Machine. Both teams coming out of the timeout. 10.5 left in the first quarter as it is 4th and 14 from the 3-yard line. That'll be Rob Fox set to back to punt. It's a beautiful punt by Rob Fox. Fumble on the play. It looks like Nate Wisman's going to fall on it. And they will take over down around the 20-yard line. 11:40 left to go in the first half. It's only a 6-0 ball game. So much different game than what we saw last year in sectional play. And it is still a one-possession ball game with 11:40 to go in the first half. Ball spotted on the 20-yard line. So a handoff up the middle to Brandenburg. And he picks up about 2 yards on first down. So 2nd and 8 from about the 22-yard line.
Parnell, he's right down there. I wouldn't do that to anyone. You did that to the kids. I know, I couldn't.
Handoff up the middle, picks up about 5 yards on 2nd down.
Run by number 34, Trevor Webster. Can you imagine? Dominated by number 70.
Frankfurt's yet to convert on 3rd down. Last time they had it, it was about 3rd and 2, and they had a false start penalty, pushed them back 5 yards.
3rd and 3 for Frankfort. Ball is spotted on their own.
But now it is 3rd and 3 from the 27. Darren Stoltz had first contact. The Red's going to make it all the way to about the 29-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down marker.
4th down for Frankfort.
So deep inside their own territory, they're going to punt it away to the Eagles.
Into punt for Frankfort, number 1, Evan Giebel.
So it will be Evan Giebel back to punt for the Hot Dogs. And back to return will be Alex Vladovai. It's a low punt, but it's going to take a Hot Dogs bounce down to the 36-yard line. So with 9:33 left in the second quarter, it's a 6-0 ball game as the Eagles will take over on the 36-yard line.
On their own
first down in this game.
Eagles start from the 36, first and 10.
That is, I only have Delta with 4 first downs.
Not very prolific on
So first and 10 from the 36.
Cade Jones runs up the sophomore. He's got Fox over here to the left. He's got Victor over here to the right. First and 10.
Jones drops back to pass. And he's brought down in the backfield. Sack on the play. So that's a loss of about 8 on first down.
I'd say 17.
So now second and about 18 yards for the first down. Ball spotted on the 27-yard line. 9 minutes exactly left in the first half of play. Dishman goes in motion, but it's a handoff to Spiegel. Gets to the outside. Fumble on the play. Frankfort says they have it, and there goes the clipboard for Coach Segunda, as they will spot it on the 46-yard line. Frankfort will take over.
Fumble recovered by Frankfort's number 28, Ralph Meyer.
It's about a 29-yard gain on the play.
Spotted on their own 45.
So first and 10 from the 45. That's the first turnover by the Eagles tonight. Avery Hazley strips it away, and Chase Carpenter's going to recover it. I was watching Hazley out on this side. He had great containment.
By number 3, Chase Carpenter. Flag on the play.
There is a penalty marker down on the play. So I'm excited to see what the officials are going to call. So a face mask on the defense. That'll wipe away a big play by Avery Hazley.
Should be.
So now second and 7 after the penalty. Ball's on the 47-yard line. So a fumble on this play, and it looks official. Delta says they have it.
Second down. It is.
It was recovered by 6. Fumble recovered by.
Looked like Isaac Rudd recovered it.
Loss of 4 on the play.
That'll bring up second down and about 12. Ball spotted on the 43-yard line. 8:16 left in the second quarter. So a sweep out left, and he's brought down. He might have gotten past the line of scrimmage.
Stop made by number 6, Brody Runyon. No gain on the play. Third and 12. Ball is spotted.
So third and long.
43.
The only first down that Frankfort has had has been due to a penalty. They're 0-2 on third down so far. Rudd's going to drop back to pass. So forward progression is going to spot the ball at around the 48-yard line, which will bring up 4th and 7.
From Rudd, complete to number 14, Nate Westman. Stop made by number 3, Chase Carpenter. Fourth down.
We'll look at another funny opportunity.
Deep for Delta, number 1.
So Giebel will be back to punt once again for the Hot Dogs.
Hot Dogs, number 1, Evan.
And Fuadavai will be back to return for the Eagles. 6:56 left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Roughing the kicker.
Flag on the play.
Looks like Frankfort will hold on to the ball, roughing the kicker. So Delta all season has not been a team to commit penalties, but two big ones tonight. One of them was on a forced fumble by Avery Hazley, but there was a face mask penalty called on that play, and now on the punt, roughing the kicker, so they will keep the ball in a new set of downs.
First and 10 for Frankfort.
So now 1st and 10 from the 37.
37.
Red's going to drop back to pass. This one is intercepted by Trey Bland. He has some blockers out to this side of the field. He's going to scoot out of bounds at around the 31-yard line. That's Trey Bland's second INC of the season. His last came against Yorktown. That's Isaac Rudd's second INC of the night.
First and 10 for Delta. Ball spotted.
So after the interception, they will take over at around the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6:30 to play in the first half. 6-0 ball game. Delta out on top. Joe Spiegel's going to pick up about 5 yards on first down. And here with 6:24 left in the first half, he's already over the century mark for the game. 13 carries for 103, 1 touchdown, and 1 fumble.
5 on the play. 2nd and 5 for Delta. Ball spotted on the Delta 36-yard line.
So 2nd and 5 from the 36. Sweep to Spiegel once again. Looks like he picked up about 2 yards on the play.
6 on the spot. Run by number 20, Joe.
That'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
Number 6, Isaac Rudd.
Make that a short 3 yards. There is 6:17 left in the first half.
2 for Delta.
Ball's on the 39-yard line. So tried going with a hard count, but Coach Sagun is going to take a timeout with 6:17 left to play.
Timeout.
Here at Frankfort High School, it's a 6-0 ball game. Frankfort only has 21 yards total offense. Make that about 60 yards if you add in the penalties. Leading rusher for the Eagles is Joe Spiegel with 14 carries, 105 yards. He does have 1 touchdown, the only score of the night. Rob Fox dropped the PAT. And Joe Spiegel also has 1 fumble. Mason Bechtold has 4 carries for 10 yards, and Bryce Dishman 3 for 14. And it seems like if Frankfort can stay away from the turnovers, they're just 1 play away from tying this game up or taking the lead. Right now it is 3rd and 2 down on the field. Ball's on the 39-yard line.
Jones brings it up on 3rd and
Bechtold goes in motion, and Jones is going to keep it right up the middle. They're going to spot him just past the line, or just past the first down marker.
Number 8, Cade Jones.
So they will move the chains. Ball now spotted on the 42.
First and 10 for Delta. Ball is spotted on the 42.
Okay, Jones is going to keep it. He's going to roll out. He hits Joe Spiegel about 4 yards. They got a 4-yard gain on the play, as they will spot the ball on the 45-yard line. That's Jones's first completed pass of the night.
3-yard gain on the play. Second and 7 for Delta. Ball spotted on the Delta 45.
Joe Spiegel on the carry. Breaks 2 tackles, and he's finally brought down around the 29-yard line.
Run by number 20, Joe Spiegel. Brought down by number 7, Christian Smith.
So a gain of about 26 on the play.
Ball is spotted on the 28-yard line of Frankfort. First and 10 for Delta.
Bechtold with the carry out to the left side. Tried getting to the outside, but he got stood up on the play. That's Isaac Rudd on the tackle.
Number 43, Mason Bechtold. Stop made by number 6, Isaac Rudd. Gain of 2 on the play. Second and
So most times you don't see the quarterback playing on the defensive side of things. But with the nice tackle, it is now 2nd and 9 from the 27-yard line. So 2nd and 8 from the 27. Spiegel picks up about 2 yards on the carry.
Run by number 20, Joe Spiegel. Stop made by number 10, Brody Kirby. Gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and about 5 yards for the first down as Fuadavai brings the play out into the huddle. 4 down territory for the Eagles as the ball is on the 23-yard line. Handoff to Spiegel, breaks 1 tackle. So they will move the chains on 3rd down after the gain of about 8 on the play.
Good for the first down. Ball spotted on the 15-yard line of Frankfort.
So 1st and 10 from the 15. Dishman goes in motion. So loss of about 2 on the play. Now to bring up 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 on the play.
So 3:55 now left in the second quarter. Still a 1-possession ball game as Delta's inside the red zone. 2nd and 12. Spiegel's dropped right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Stop made by number 56, Dylan Ricker.
There's Dylan Ricker with the tackle. He's a freshman, stands at 5'7", weighs 160 pounds. Now 3rd and 12 for the Eagles. And Frankfort has got to get a stop on this 3rd down. He's going to roll out to the right side. He's going to try and pick up the 1st down on the ground. Great hit by Mason Bechtold. So that's a gain of about 7 on the play by Cade Jones. So being 4-down territory, Coach Segunda is going to leave the offense out on the field. 4th and 4 from the 9. 2:30 left in the 2nd quarter. Joe Spiegel with the carry. Breaks one, but can't. He might have picked up the 1st down. And it looks like they will move the chains on 4th down, keep this drive alive. Picked up just enough to move the chains.
Good for the 1st down. 1st and goal for Delta. Ball spotted on the Frankfort 5.
So now 1st and goal from the 5. Hand off to Joe Spiegel. And he breaks the tackle, puts it in the end zone. Looked like he was going to be stopped shy of the touchdown, but he kept the feet moving and punches it in, making it a 12-0 ball game here with 2 minutes to go in the 1st half. And if my stats are correct, Joe Spiegel has 20 carries, 150 yards in the 1st half.
I'll be right there. 69 yards after the interception by Bland. Gave the football.
So they will keep the offense out on the field, go for the 2-point conversion. Fade out to Ryan Bickford, and it falls short. So a 12-0 ball game with 2 minutes to play in the 1st half here at Frankfort High School. The Hot Dogs are keeping this one close.
The Delta scoring drive covered 69 yards, took 13 plays, 4 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock.
Okay.
At this time, Frankfort only has 21 yards total offense, if I am correct. They've had about 50 if you count all the penalties. But other than that, they have not been able to get anything going on the offensive side. They've been doing a great job on defense, holding this explosive offense of the Eagles to only 12 points in the 1st half.
Kicking off for Delta, number 63, Montana Breeze. Lead for Frankfort, number 14, Nate Wisman, and number 5, Luis Medina.
So Delta will be kicking off with exactly 2 minutes to go in the 1st half. This one's going to be returned by Nate Wisman. And he will be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So Frankfort's going to try and do the 2-minute drill right here in the 1st half. They are down 12-0.
By number 28, John Kern.
This is sectional play, so win or go home.
Ball spotted on the 25.
And it is now 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Brandenburg's brought down about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage.
Run by number 25, James Brandenburg. Stop made by number 28.
Now to bring up 2nd and 11 for Frankfort.
On the play, 2nd and 10.
In Ricks are down there, aren't they? Second down and 9.
Frankfurt's had nothing exciting offensively at all. Trevor Webster had about a 5 or 6 yard run. There's been one completion. That was to Wisman for about 5 or 6 yards. He's got anything.
So second and about 9 from the 26. Play clock comes to 0, and that will bring the penalty markers out. So that will push him back another 5 yards, make it second and 14 now from the 21-yard line.
These are these pre-snap penalties we're talking about that haven't been cleaned up.
Could be some things will be happening now, like play clock second down 14, Franklin. Snap is still back in the huddle. Play clock will be down to about 10 when they break it. Now it's down to 5. Rudd gets the snap and gets an inside handoff.
So handoff up the middle.
I think Frankfort got it back. I think Brandenburg is.
There's a fumble on the play, loss of about 3. Looked like Frankfurt will recover it.
Rudd falls on Frankfurt retains possession. 3rd down and long. Back at the 19-yard line. We're inside a minute to go till halftime.
So second and 14 from the 17-yard line.
Recovered by Frankfurt. Loss on
Now 40 seconds remain in the first half. It's a 12-0 ball game.
Until those two, but they don't need another delay of game here. They're just kind of lounging around in the huddle.
10 and 9 and now 8 on the play clock. Gonna have to take a timeout here.
Yeah, he's going to take a timeout.
So it looks like Frankfurt will call a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock. Now 18.9 left in the first half. It is a 12-0 ball game as it is second and 17 down on the field from the 17-yard line. In the first half, Joe Spiegel has been the player of the first half. He has 20 carries, 150 yards exact, 2 touchdowns. He does have the 1 fumble that came in a crucial situation. And the defense for the Eagles has been doing a great job tonight. They've only given up 17 yards of total offense. So 3rd and long from around the 17-yard line for Frankfurt. The handoff up the middle picks up about 3 yards on the carry. And that will bring us to the end of the first half, as it is a 12-0 ball game here at Frankfort High School in Sectional 13. And we will be right back with more action here in the second half. You are watching Web Sports Machine.
Let State Farm agent Jason May handle all the moving parts to your insurance. Whether it's for auto, home, life, or financial services, Jason May is there for more ways to help and more ways to save. Call or visit Jason May today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Web Sports Machine. Halftime winding down. Let's give you a short recap of what happened. Joe Spiegel has scored the only 2 touchdowns of tonight's ball game. They lead 12-0. In the first half, Joe Spiegel had 20 carries, 153 yards rushing. He did have 1 fumble along with the 2 touchdowns. Bryce Dishman had 4 carries for 12 yards. And the total offense for the Hot Dogs stands at 11 yards in the first half. So no matter what you do on the offensive side of the ball, if you're Delta, you got to be very pleased with the defense. They're only giving up 11 total yards. Frankfurt's had about 40 yards total on offense if you count the penalties. They have not gotten a first down except for penalties, which obviously means they are 0 for 3 on third down. On defense, Delta has 2 interceptions tonight, one by Alex Vladovai, his 6th of the season, and Trey Bland had the other one, which was his 2nd of the season. And we are getting ready to kick off in the second half as Montana Breeze boots it down to the Hot Dogs. Looked like he may have touched it before he went out of bounds, but they will throw the penalty marker. Earlier in the game this happened. They kicked one out of bounds, and Frankfort opted to have them kick off once again. So they'll push them back another 5 yards, and they will re-kick to start out the second half of play here at Frankfort High School. This is a Sectional 13 matchup, the first round of IHSAA playoffs. So win or go home here at Frankfort as Delta leads 12-0. As once again Montana Breeze gets ready to kick off to the Hot Dogs. It'll be number 5, Luis Medina, and number 25, James Brandenburg, set back to return for the Hot Dogs. Fumble on the catch, returned by Trevor Webster. And he is brought down right around the 32-yard line, so they will take over on offense, trying to get their first down of the game.
Ball is spotted on the 32-yard line of Frankfort, first and 10. Isaac Rudd at quarterback. Let's see if Frankfort gets something going offensively.
So Rudd's already thrown 2 interceptions under center. And Medina is brought down about a yard in front of the line of scrimmage. That'll bring him second down and about 9 yards for the first. Now Drew Snyder checking in for Chase Timmons, as it is 2nd and 9 from the 40. Actually make that the 33-yard line. With the counter, picked up about 4 to 5 yards on the carry, bring up 3rd and about 3. So 3rd and 3 for the Hot Dogs on the around the 39-yard line. Rain's starting to fall pretty hard here in Frankfort. Option play, and Austin Conway's there with the sack. Conway led the Hoosier Heritage Conference this season with 10 sacks. And that's his first of tonight's ball game, as it is now 4th and 8 for the Hot Dogs. And Evan Giebel will be set back to punt for the Hot Dogs, and Alex Wadawai will be set back to return. Fumble on the play, recovered by the Eagles. So they will take over inside Hot Dogs territory at around the 25-yard line. So great field position. I believe that was Avery Hazley with the recovery. So it'll be 1st and 10, 3 yards outside the red zone.
First and 10 for Delta, ball spotted on the Frankfort 25.
Really a loss of 10 on the play.
So Delta starts for the trial red line here, first down. And to give it off to Spiegel, who falls forward about the 21-yard line. Give a gain of 3 if they get something.
So gain of about 3 by Joe Spiegel. In the first half, Spiegel was 20 for 153. So has a chance to come over the 300-yard mark in this game. Now 2nd and about 7 from about the 21-yard line. Handoff to Spiegel up the middle, and he is stopped. Forward progression will keep him at a gain of 0. Now 3rd and 7 from the 22. So 8:38 left in the third quarter. There's a 12-0 ball game, 3rd and 7 from the 22. Handoff to Joe Spiegel, and they're going to keep it on the ground and make it an 18-0 ball game on the 22-yard touchdown run by Joe Spiegel. That'll put him at 178 yards on the night on just 23 carries, 3 touchdowns. He does have the 1 fumble. It is now a 3-possession ball game with 8:19 left in the third quarter. And Delta's going to try and go for the 2-point conversion, make it a 20-0 ball game. Handoff to Joe Spiegel, getting to the outside, breaks 1 tackle, and he is in for the 2. So now 20-0 with 8:19 left to play in the third quarter. So Coach DeGunda's halftime talk got through to these Eagles as Joe Spiegel caps off the drive with a rushing touchdown. And they started out with great field position after the fumble on the punt. So Montana Breeze will kick off to the Hot Dogs. Set back to return is number 5, Luis Medina, and also number 25, James Brandenburg. Medina with the return. And he's brought down hard by John Kern. So they will take over with some decent field position. Ball is going to be spotted around the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10 with 8:09 to play in the third.
Ball is spotted on the 30-yard line.
We'll head with the kickoff, but here Frankfort takes over right there.
Rudd is the quarterback for the Dogs. Webster is one of the running backs on Medina. This is motion.
Sweep to Medina, and he's brought down in the backfield by Brody Runyon.
Run by number 5, Luis Medina. Brought down by number 6, Brody Runyon. Loss of 4 on the play.
So after the loss of 4, it is now 2nd and 14 from the 26.
Rudd under center. Motion man Medina. Inside handoff goes to Brandenburg. Still on his feet. As he gets up and crosses the
And he picks up about 10 yards on the carry. They'll still be short of the first down. It is now about 3rd and about 5.
Run by number 22, Tanner Coomer. Stop made by number 72, Ben Delisle.
That was Ben Delisle on the tackle. Make it 3rd and 6 from the 35. 6:56 left to play in the third quarter. Handoff up the middle, picks up about a yard. That'll bring up 4th down.
Run by number 22, Tanner Coomer.
And it looks like the punt unit will come out onto the field for the Hot Dogs. Evan Giebel will be back to punt once again, and Fuadavai will be back to return.
Team 4 Delta, number 1, Alex Fuadavai. Kicking off for Frankfort, number 1, Evan Giebel.
So 6:19 left to play in the third. As Fuadavai set back to return for the Eagles. It's a high punt down to around the 27-yard line. And that is where Delta will take over their second possession of this second half. Up by 3 possessions, 20-0. All 3 touchdowns have been by our player to watch, Joe Spiegel. As Cade Jones gets ready to bring the play out into the huddle. He's attempted 3 passes of the night. He's only completed 1 for 4 yards. He has 1 carry for 2 yards. But I mean, when you have a player with 23 carries and 178 yards, why not give it to him? This time handoff to Bryce Dishman, picks up about 3 yards on the play. So it'll now be 2nd and about 7 from the 30. Fuadavai split out left. Bickford split out right. Spiegel with the carry, keeps his feet moving, and he will be pushed out of bounds after picking up the 1st down.
Run by number 20, Joe Spiegel. Stop made by number 5, Luis Medina.
It's about a 7-yard gain on the play.
Third and short for Delta.
That'll actually spotted on the. We'll make it 3rd and 1. QB keeper by Cade Jones. And they will spot it past the 1st down marker. So it will move the chains on the QB keeper. Now 4:45 left in the 3rd quarter. 20-0 ball game. 1st and 10 from around the 38-yard line.
8-yard line of Delta, 1st and 10.
Bechtold goes in motion, sweep out left, and he'll be brought down in the backfield. So some signs of life from Frankfort, as that's Ralph Myers making the stop in the backfield. That'll make it about 2nd and 15 from the 33-yard line. So 2nd and long. Handed off to Joe Spiegel. Broke 1 tackle, picks up about 6 yards on the carry, and he is slowly closing in on the 200-yard mark.
on the 40-yard line of Delta. That's right. You blind one. I'm sorry.
So 3rd and 8 now from the 40. As Cade Jones draws them off sides with the hard count, push them forward another 5 yards. That's the second time they have done that tonight. So 3rd and 8 now goes to 3rd and 3. So ball spotted on the 45-yard line, 3rd and 3. Spiegel with the carry, and he's brought down. Picked up about a foot on the play. Will bring up 4th down.
Number 20, Joe Spiegel. No gain on the play.
He might have picked up a yard on that play, but it's going to be about 4th and 3 for the first down. And Flatterby will bring the play out into the huddle. Big play for both teams right here. If Delta can keep the first down or get the first down, take some more time off the clock. But if Frankfort can get a stop, they might be able to get back in this ball game. And they will make the stop. Spiegel picks up about a yard on the play, and he's brought down by Isaac Rudd. So the quarterback making the big tackle. So a 20-0 ball game. Still plenty of time to make a comeback. So ball is going to be on the Eagles' 47-yard line as Frankfort will take over with good field position. 1:54 left in the third, down by 20. Rudd rolls out to the left. It is picked off. Looked like it was Colin Eldridge on the interception, and it was. So they will take over at the 36-yard line. And that has got to be a killer for these hot dogs. They made a big 4th down stop. And on the first play of the possession, they turn it over to Colin Eldridge. So less than 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Delta's up by 20. 1st and 10. And Dishman will pick up about 10 yards on first down to give him a new set of downs as they will move the chains. That was Luis Medina with the stop as it is now 1st and 10 from the 47. Hand off to Joe Spiegel. Breaks one tackle, tries getting to the outside, breaks another one, keeps his feet moving. He will pick up about 25 yards on the carry. So Joe Spiegel, 28 carries, 218 yards with 3 touchdowns. So putting up some great stats here in sectional play as it is now 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Out to Spiegel once again. This time he is brought down 2 yards shy of the line of scrimmage. That was Drew Snyder with the stop for the Hot Dogs. So a loss of about 1 on the play. So less than 50 seconds to play in the third quarter as Delta holds on to a 20-0 lead. Mason Bechtold with the carry, picks up about 4 yards. That'll make it about 3rd and 6 for the Eagles.
Run by number 43, Mason Bechtold. Stop made.
And they will just let time expire, I assume, here in the third quarter. Now just 10 seconds left. And that is what they will do. So they will wrap up the third quarter of action here at Frankfort High School with a 20-0 lead over the Hot Dogs. So a 20-0 ball game. We will be right back with the fourth quarter of action here at Frankfort. You are watching Web Sports Machine.
Let State Farm agent Jason May handle all the moving parts to your insurance. Whether it's for auto, home, life, or financial services, Jason May is there for more ways to help and more ways to save. Call or visit Jason May today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Let State Farm agent Jason May handle all the moving parts to your insurance. Whether it's for auto, home, life, or financial services, Jason May is there for more ways to help and more ways to save. Call or visit Jason May today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Web Sports Machine, getting ready to kick off the fourth quarter of action here at Frankfort High School. Delta is up 20-0 over the Hot Dogs. It will be 3rd and 6 from the 25 when play does resume. Hand off up the middle to Joe Spiegel. So loss of about maybe a yard on the play.
Run by number 20, Joe Spiegel. Stop made by number 22.
Now 4th and 6 for the Eagles.
4th down.
So 4th and 6 from the 25. Frankfort has got to get a stop right here. They tried drawing him off sides with the hard count. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the offense. They'll push him back another 5 yards now. 4th and 11. It's going to be around the 30-yard line. Actually make that the 29. So Coach Sagun is going to take a timeout here with the 11:22 left to play in the fourth quarter of action. We'll give you a short recap on the stats. The only one really to talk about tonight has been Joe Spiegel. He is number 20 for the Eagles. He was our player to watch before the game. If you missed our pregame show, we gave you a couple of interesting facts about Joe Spiegel. He stands at 5'10", weighs 175 pounds. And in the 8th grade, he was benching over 310 pounds. Last week, he broke Delta's squat record with over 600 pounds. So although the kid not the biggest on the field, he definitely puts up the biggest weights in the weight room. And right now he has 30 carries for 217 yards with 3 touchdowns. He does have the 1 fumble, but I think in a game where you have 217 yards, they kind of look past that one. But now down on the field, timeout after the timeout, it will be 4th and 11 from the 29. Looks like it might be reversed. Joe Spiegel's going to hold on to it, try and get to the outside. Big stop by the Hot Dogs. Penalty marker is down. It's most likely going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hot Dogs. It was clearly after the play was whistled dead. It was a gain of 3 on the play. So it was unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hot Dogs. It will be their ball. So 11:15 left to play in tonight's ball game here at Frankfort High School. As Frankfort is down by 3 possessions, they have got to score and score fast and get another stop on defense. And once they get the ball, they have just got to punch it in the end zone quick in order to make a comeback in tonight's ball game. Where they stand at this point in time in the last 2 seasons, they are getting beat 82-0 by the Eagles. Medina with the carry, and he's brought down by Austin Conway. If my stats are correct, I have Frankfort standing at 10 yards of total offense tonight. I don't know if it's a poor offense by the Hot Dogs or a great defense by the Eagles, but either way, we only have 10 yards total offense with 10:40 left in the fourth quarter. You can't expect to do anything. Now 2nd and 8 from the 15. That was John Curran on the tackle. It was Brandenburg with the carry, picked up about a yard on the play. There is a player down on the field. And it looks like it is Clay Fullenkamp of the Eagles. You hate to see him go down this point in time of the year. Hopefully it's just cramps.
I haven't seen it. If they're running the same offense, one of them is doing it.
So Clay Fullenkamp looks to be all right. He may have a minor injury. Hopefully it's nothing that will keep him sidelined for the rest of the year. I'd imagine that Coach Segunda might just keep him on the sidelines for the rest of tonight's ball game, already up by 20. He's tied with Brody Runyon for the most tackles on the season. Rudd drops back to pass. Pass is complete, and they will get their first first down of tonight's ball game with 10 minutes and 12 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. So finally something to cheer about for these Hot Dog fans. There's still some time left to make a comeback. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball's still going to be spotted around the 26.
Run by number 5, Luis Medina. Stop made by half the bench at Delta.
So Clay Fullenkamp is back out on the field for the Eagles. He went down with an injury, must have just been cramps or something. But either way, he's back on the field. Rudd drops back to pass. Tries throwing this one deep. He had Trey Bland beat. That was Drew Snyder, the intended receiver on the play. Well, that will bring up 3rd and 10. So a 20-0 ball game is at his 3rd and 10 from the 26. 9:24 left to play in the 4th quarter. Sack on the play, loss of about 15 yards. So 3rd and 10 goes to about 4th and 22. So a loss of 12 on the play. Looked like it was Alex Fawadavai on the tackle. Fawadavai will be back to return. Evan Giebel will punt. So Fawadavai is going to try and make a play out of it. Breaks one tackle, and he will be brought down to the 45-yard line. So gain of about 8 on the return, as they will take over on the 45-yard line, up by 20. 8:26 left to play.
15-yard return by number 1, Alex Fawadavai. Stop made by number 62, Jonas Flores. 1st and 10 for Delta. Ball spotted on their own 45.
Now Cade Jones coming out to bring the play into the huddle. He's only completed 1 pass tonight. He's 1 of 3. Drops back to pass. He's looking for Ryan Bickford, and he will throw the interception. And I love Coach Segunda, but I have to disagree with the play calling right there. You're up by 20 with 8:21 left in the 4th quarter. Your running back has 220 yards on the ground. Why not keep the game clock moving? But instead they throw the interception. And the ball will be spotted on the Frankfort Hot Dogs 35-yard line. Rudd drops back to pass. Darren Stoltz was there with the pressure, and there is Ben Delisle with the sack. Loss of about 20 yards on the play, and that will put Frankfort in the negative for tonight's ball game.
I'm going to give it 72. Sack by number 72, Ben Delisle.
And that was Ben Delisle on the sack. And as we know it, Ben Delisle's father is watching tonight's webcast in Honduras. So I hope you're pleased with the webcast we're bringing you. We have had some technical difficulties. Weather's not been cooperating, but we appreciate you tuning in overseas. And that was your son right there on the tackle with a big sack, loss of about 20. So now 3rd and 22 from the 22-yard line. So man in motion out right, trying to get to the outside. And he's brought down after a gain of about 5. So the punting unit will come out onto the field once again. And with 6 minutes and 39 seconds left in tonight's ball game, on one side of the field, Joe Spiegel has 220 yards rushing, and total offense for the Hot Dogs, -1. Hugiba will be back to punt once again to Alex Fawadavai. It's a low snap, tries to get it away. Great job getting the punt off. And that is a beautiful punt down to the 31-yard line. So Delta will take over. Last time they had the ball, they threw the interception. And I'd imagine now with 6:28, you're just going to try and take some time off the clock, maybe add some points onto the board. But most importantly, just wind this game down to an end, go in with some confidence in next week. If Delta can hold on to win, they will be playing the winner of the Greenfield Central and Muncie Central game at Delta High School. We're going to try and bring you coverage of that game. We should be bringing you coverage. Just stay tuned to our Facebook page and websportsmachine.com. We'll keep you updated. Right now, 1st and 10 from the 30. Penalty marker is down. It's going to be a false start. Make it 1st and 15 from the 25.
Procedure on Delta, 5-yard penalty.
Good volleyball action in the morning. Yeah, we do. Clipper and Rossville, we'll bring that to you. We'll be on the air a little before 11. Yep, you will be. One of them will undoubtedly be in the championship. They play each other. We went down stock. Me and the white.
So now 1st and 15 from the 25-yard line. Officials are going to talk this one over.
That's the A team there. They send Don and I out in the morning to see, let you guys get your rest.
Ralph's negotiating for us. You got to go.
I have a question. Why are we having a discussion?
Ralph's out there talking to him.
Yeah, I don't know what the officials are talking about down on the field. Nothing will come of it. They're going to respot the ball. But either way, it will still be 1st and 15 after the false start. Around the 25-yard line. That is Joe Spiegel on the carry. Picks up about 2 yards. So bringing the play out in the huddle will be Rob Fox at wide receiver. Now less than 6 minutes to play tonight here in Frankfort. 20-0 ball game still. Delta's out on top. A screen pass to Fawadavai, and he will drop the pass.
Pass from Jones, intended for number 1, Alex Fawadavai. Incomplete. 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 13 from the 28-yard line. So 3rd and 13 from the 28. Like I said a minute ago, 5:45 left in play. Counter to Mason Bechtold. He'll move it past the original line of scrimmage. And that will bring up 4th down and 9. And for the first time tonight, the punt unit will be out on the field for Delta. Actually, this will be the second time tonight, as Rob Fox will be set back to punt. And back to return will be Nate Wisman and number 5, Luis Medina. It's a high but short punt. It's going to take a almost neutral bounce to the 41-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 42, and that is where Frankfort will take over down by 20 with less than 5 minutes to play.
Fox with no return.
Let's see. Throw in, when you count those sacks in their offense, what you got to do.
So Frankfort comes out -1 total offense on tonight's ball game. And Snyder's dropped about 4 yards, maybe 5 yards shy of the line of scrimmage.
Run by number 30, Drew Snyder. Stop made by number 6, Brody Runyon, and number 30, Ray Hansen.
That'll make it a 2nd and long 13 from around the 38-yard line. Going to pick up about 4 yards, actually make that about 7 to 8 yards on the carry. So they're now in the positive. Now 3rd and about 6 yards to move the chains from the 46-yard line. Rain is still continuing to fall with 3:54 left to play. So that's Colin McCaslin with the tackle after about the 3-yard gain.
Run by number 30, Drew Snyder. Stop made by number 15, Colin McCaslin.
Just inside the 50-yard. 3:30 to go in this one, Delta up 20-0.
That's what we'll give it to. He's brand new. Nobody's called his name out. He's probably feeling really good about himself now. Did you hear they said my name on the back?
So 4th and 3 Frankfort from the 49.
So 4th and 3 with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to play. Sweep out right. That was Tanner Coomer with the carry.
Run by number 22, Tanner Coomer.
Loss of about a foot on the play, and that will be a turnover on downs. That could possibly be the last time that Frankfort sees the ball tonight. And up by 20 with 3:06 left. Delta starters are still on the field. Spiegel is brought down hard. So a loss of about 2 on the play. And I tell you what, a couple more hits like that, and if Joe Spiegel gets injured, Coach Segunda will be getting lots of complaint and phone calls. I don't understand why he's still on the field. He's your leading rusher, your leading player on this team. And you're ahead by 20. Even if you were to turn the ball over right here, Frankfort only has 6 yards of total offense. And Cade Jones is going to keep it on the ground. Gain of about 4 on the play. We'll bring up 3rd and 9 from the 48-yard line.
We'll find out what the Bulldogs did up at Caston, what the Gophers did on against Carroll. Is it either one of them have to win tonight? We can follow them next week.
So 3rd and 9 from the 48. Less than 2 minutes to go in tonight's ball game. Right around 90 seconds remaining. Handed off to Joe Spiegel. And he's going to pick up about 6 yards on 3rd down. So now 4th and 3 with 1:13 left to play. Ball's on the 41-yard line.
got 12 on it. Delta just now breaking the huddle.
So 4th and 2. If Delta can get a first down, they could easily just let the game clock go down to 0. So that will be a turnover on downs. I don't think it's going to affect this game much tonight. With 41.2 seconds left to play, it's a 20-0 ball game. Although only a 3-possession ball game, it seems much more lopsided than what it is. Handed off up the middle, picks up about a yard on the play. And that might have been the last play from scrimmage. So they will try and get one more off. This will be the last play of their season. And it's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play, and that will do it for tonight's Sectional 13 matchup at Frankfort High School. The Delta Eagles will go on to play the winner of the Greenfield Central and Muncie Central game after their 20-0 win over the Hot Dogs. Our Beach Media player of the game is going to be Joe Spiegel. He was our player to watch before the game. He had 34 carries, 226 yards. I believe that is a season high for Joe. He has 3 touchdowns. He did have 1 fumble, but a great night by Delta's offense and even a better night by Delta's defense. They only gave up 6 yards of total offense. That is just amazing no matter who you are playing, whether it's Frankfort or even the Indianapolis Colts, only 6 yards. That is just amazing. Interceptions tonight, they had 3 of them. Alex Vladovai had 1, Trey Bland the other, and Colin Eldridge got the 3rd. Make sure you stay tuned on our Facebook page and on websportsmachine.com. We'll be keeping you in touch. We should be bringing you the whoever Delta should play next week at Delta High School will be a home game for the Eagles. But for right now, I'm Adam Brown and everybody else here with Web Sports Machine. We appreciate you tuning in, and make sure you stay tuned for next week's game at home. And thank you for watching, everybody. Good night.
Let State Farm agent Jason May handle all the moving parts to your insurance. Whether it's for auto, home, life, or financial services, Jason May is there for more ways to help and more ways to save. Call or visit Jason May today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.